What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Vikings franchise. Today, we will be taking on the Chicago Bears, but before we jump into that game, a couple things I want to touch on prior to. First being, we have a weekly award winner from the last week, and that is Harvey Keenan. Had 9 tackles, 1 interception, and a touchdown. The defense definitely came alive in the second half of the last game. The whole team really came alive. We were struggling for sure in the first half. It ended with us with I believe, an 11-point deficit against the Eagles. But then, as you could see, up in the top left-ish or middle up, maybe, we ended with a 41-24 victory. So second half was dominant for us. We're going to try to continue that into this game against Chicago. And we do have a couple breakout players that we want to highlight. And this first one is unknown at this point. You see me, coach, making plays. Maybe it's Harvey Keenan. Or Keenan Harvey. I will always mess that up. No, it's actually Justin Jefferson. Okay, well, I just saw DBs and assumed I didn't read, and that's why you should always read. So Justin Jefferson needs 4 touchdowns or 200-plus yards. Most likely the touchdowns. I don't think we've ever had a receiver get 200 yards. And then the second one is going to be about Harvey Keenan. So I wasn't completely wrong. Just didn't have the right guess on the right one. But we do have an upgrade possibility here for Harvey Keenan. We just have to hold the Bears to 150 passing yards or less, or get 2 picks, force fumbles, tackles for loss, or sacks with our free safety. And the last thing I'm going to touch on, Willie Johnson is back in this game. He's our number 4 receiver, subs in quite frequently with Dyson. We saw Larry play a little bit during his injury, and he played all right, so have a little bit more faith in Larry. Chisholm also got out there a few times and had some good splash plays, especially for a not very high round drafted rookie receiver. So good promise there, but really nice to have Willie Johnson back after such a dominant preseason. So really excited for that. But now it's time to jump into the game against the Chicago Bears. And welcome into said Bears game. Obviously, I've said it many times, I hate playing against the Chicago Bears more than I do the Packers. And obviously, Packers and Vikings are the biggest rivalry in the NFC North, but I really hate the Bears. And the Bears are coming in with a strong run game, both offense and defense. They have a really good offensive running game, but then defense, they are great at stuffing the run. So we're going to see how well the running backs do today. Montgomery gets the first pass actually thrown to him on a screen pass, but just gets back to the line of scrimmage. And obviously we need Keenan Harvey to have a really good game, or Harvey Keenan. Again, I always switch that up. We really need him to have a good game today, as their tight end is just streaking down the sidelines. We were struggling to catch up to him with our corners, but we luckily do. Reed slowed him down, and then Ward gets the tackle all the way down to the 37. But like I was trying to say, we do need a really good game from the safety that I always forget the name of, or mix the name up, really. But we also are wanting to challenge Hackett, our rookie left, or technically right end, although when you look at the screen, he plays on the left. But a really good scramble here, another big chunk for the Bears. Yeah, definitely want to challenge Hatchet, because we haven't seen him have a huge impact. He's made some plays, but not at the level of which we assumed he really would. And Montgomery, I think, tripped on his center's ankle, so might go down for a gain of 1, max 2, but I think you give credit to the tackle to his lineman. And they will mark it as a gain of 2, bringing them inside the red zone, now at the 19-yard line. I'll bring out 2 tight ends to the right, 2 receivers to the left. We're going to bring a blitz right down the middle, and just a step behind again is our corners and safeties, and they're just cover guys in general. And their tight end putting in work today. I believe that's Clement, who's breaking almost every tackle that is put on him. And that's going to be a touchdown for Darrell or Darrell? I don't know. Mooney gets the touchdown to open this game. Chicago fans going pretty wild here, considering they are in a push to not necessarily take first place in the NFC North, but at least rival for second. And I do believe it was last year we had split the series against the Bears. The first one being a pretty dominant victory for the Bears with a breakout rookie receiver. So we'd like to not let that happen again this year. We'll have a gain of 2 on our first carry to Dalvin Cook. But the Bears defense are coming in with, I believe, at least a top 5, if I'm remembering correctly, run defense. So we're going to need to find other ways to get that ball on the ground instead of through the air and not able to tiptoe down the sideline. Dyson was close, but he does end up stepping out after a gain of 14. But I do believe the primary form of attack today is going to be through the air. Throw the air is kind of what I was saying. They do have Jalen Johnson that we need to worry about in the secondary, but for the most part, we are pretty good to go. Going to go for Dyson here on the crossing pattern. Beautifully placed throw. Maybe if it was a yard or more further down the line, we might have got a little bit more separation, but still really nice touch and accuracy on that pass, which we challenged Robinson to improve at last episode. And with us now going for 2 kind of throwing, spread them out plays, we'll go right back to the running game here. Don't want to avoid the running game, but definitely want to use it in a more selective manner. And we'll get a gain of 8 on that play, now down to the 25. Maybe look for Dyson here, maybe Flanagan. Those are my 1 and 2 here. We do have Flanagan on the inside. He doesn't hold on to this one, though. Nice pass breakup by the safety, basically on the goal line. And on 3rd and 2, we'll come out heavy set. 2 tight ends to the right. Thurston in the backfield as well. We're going to motion him over and follow right behind him and the rest of our O-line. But we took an awkward cut from Dalvin that's going to cost us the first down. We end up gaining a yard, but we needed 2. And on 4th and 1, they come out heavy set here. I'm not a fan. Instead, let's try to go with a roll out here. Send Capers on a drag route. See if that helps us a little bit here. And we are going to get Capers open, who needs to cut forward. He lost a little bit of yardage on the catch, but we will get the first down. And on 1st and 10, we're going to go with that fake jet sweep. Going to send Flanagan on a crossing pattern. Dyson basically on an extended wheel route with the fake jet sweep. And we do have Flanagan, just need to keep him inbounds, and into the end zone he goes. Beautiful play design there. No one was in the vicinity of Flanagan, and he's going to get in for his 5th touchdown of the season, which for him typically doesn't happen until a little bit later on in the season. Really good play, even though we got a choppy replay booth up, I guess, happening right now. But really nice grab, gets the feet down. Good throw on the run, too. All around, good play. And the Chicago Bears offense will come out for their second possession, starting at the 25. They'll go spread here. Go with a run down the middle. We're there. Nice hit from Kendricks. This flattens Montgomery. Still, though, gets a gain of 2. And that's about all he's averaged so far with his 2 carries. His whopping 2 carries for 4 yards. They are going to spread the ball out here, though. They're going to run the ball, get the first down with Fields. Nice scramble. And you need to find a way to contain him today, which was another reason why we're trying to challenge Hatchett to come up with something. He has really good power moves. We need to see it. And if we keep seeing Fields scramble like that, we might need to set up Alex Brooks to be a little bit more of a quarterback spy today. However, they're going to go to a run to the outside here. We're going to slow him down. Byron Jones, and another good hit there from Kendricks. Lays out Montgomery for a loss of 3. We'll bring up 2nd and 13 when we start the second quarter, as this first one has come to an end. Game tied so far, 7-7. Both teams having some good, some okay, and some need to improve at. And on 2nd and 13 to start the second quarter, they'll come out ace formation. Single back, gonna go to the handoff to the left-hand side, over pursuit a bit with Hilton, but luckily Brooks there as well as, I believe that was Graves. And on 3rd and 9, they'll spread wide here. Shotgun set, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Definitely gonna need to keep an eye on the quarterback here. However, they will go with a pass. Montgomery breaks first contact, second contact, but we do get him down. That was Harvey Keenan? Pretty sure that's how it goes. Don't know why I have such trouble with remembering which way his name goes. But at the bottom, big game. The Packers beat the Lions 28-21, so they will stay at that second spot in the NFC North if we can manage to get the victory here today. And following the punt, we'll start at the 38. Would have started a little bit past midfield, but we did have a penalty on the return that brought us back a little bit. We're going to look for Dyson here on the crossing pattern. Beautiful open space. Can he get by Johnson? Yes, he does, but he does slow down at the sideline trying to tiptoe. Brought down at the 15, but a huge chunk on the first play of this drive for the Vikings. We are definitely seeing Dyson start to kind of fall into place here. He struggled to start the year, but since Willie Johnson left injured, he's really stepped up his game a bit, not dropping as many passes either, which is definitely needed as we get a gain of 3 on the first down rush for Dalvin. Gonna go with the slant pattern here. They are gonna drop back into pretty good coverage here. We're just gonna need to scramble out, find some open running room, and why not take it to the house? Robinson in for a touchdown. They just kind of, the Red Sea parted, if you will, and he just found a nice, easily little jaunt into the end zone. As you can see there, plenty of space. That corner safety not able to get over in time. We'll go ahead and take a lead here with a made PAT, or take a full touchdown lead with the made PAT. Well, I guess a full touchdown would actually just be 6 points, because you can't get any more than 6 points with a touchdown. The PAT is separate, which makes it 7. So, confusing there, and I thought Montgomery was about to catch that. We've seen quite a few tipped passes in the recent games get caught, some of them off of players' helmets that they caught themselves and then took to the house. You know the play if you saw it, and almost have an interception there with Alex Brooks, but the receiver does knock it out. But I'm sure the Bears will take it either way. They come out here, 3rd and 10, shotgun set, bunch to the right, tight end lone to that left-hand side. We're gonna get a sack. Don't know why my directions got confused there. Danielle Hunter gets around the edge and gets his 12th sack of the season. And I believe this is week 8 or 9. So we're either playing our 7th or 8th game. I think we're 6-2, so it would be 8th game. I think it's week 9. And you know, if I would just look down in the bottom left-hand corner, I don't know why I've played Madden Madden 22 for the whole time it's been out, obviously. And I've never noticed that it has the actual week that you're playing in that bottom left-hand corner. So definitely week 9 as we get a gain of 3 here from Dalvin. And on 2nd and 7, going to come out here with a play action. Going to have a delayed cross here from Flanagan as we roll out left. And I'm sorry if you could hear the siren going off outside and that pass thrown too far outside, but probably for a good reason, as it definitely looked like the corner would have intercepted that if it was thrown in the field of play. So we'll take that, go with the play action here. And they do a nice job there of covering what we could really get there with Dyson to dump it off for Flanagan, who will power through for us and get the first down. Kind of running over 29, who still manages to hold on and get the tackle. And I feel like, in a way, Flanagan for us is kind of like a poor man's Travis Kelce, in a way. I say poor man just because we don't really utilize him as much as we probably should, and that's going to be a sack. Number 23, not Hester, this time Burton, coming around the edge and getting a sack loss of 2. Yeah, I definitely feel like Flanagan could be put in that same category as Kelce, maybe even Kittle as well, but we just haven't utilized him all too well at certain points of this series, and we definitely should, as we're going to get a screen pass here for a solid gain, get a little bit closer to the first down for 3rd and short, as we should be hitting the 2-minute warning. And on 3rd and 3, honestly, kind of forgot that it was 3rd and 3 when I selected the play call. It's not too bad. We do have some nice advantages here with Jefferson on the outside, but on 3rd and short, we're going to go with a run, cut back in with Dalvin. Throwing a spin move? Not really, but we are going to get the first down as this clock will continue to run inside 2 minutes. And now we'll come out here, spread wide, and we can't actually go deep. We do have We have 2 receivers going deep, but I meant 2 deep safeties we need to keep an eye on. However, they do go all over to one-hand side. Jefferson gets that first touchdown. He needs 3 more on the day to get the boost in dev. Not that he really needs it. 5th touchdown for him on the season. Fantastic grab, one-on-one. Got the inside leverage, and that was just about it. Nice placed pass from Robinson, away from where that corner could really make any play on it. Really good job from Jefferson. And I'm kind of getting the feeling that this is the season of Jefferson for our receiving group. Obviously, the first two seasons, or every season, we've had Jefferson, but he hasn't really been the primary kind of guy for us, despite him being the highest overall. As we get a nice, or the Bears get a nice completion going to hurry up offense. So they'll check this one down to their tight end, who breaks tackle again, but does fall out of bounds to stop the clock. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling this is the season of Jefferson. Last year was Leach. The year before that was kind of a little bit KJ Osborne as well as Thielen. And the first season was definitely Thielen. So nice to see a little bit of a resurgence, I guess, for Jefferson. But that is enough talk about the offense while the defense is out there. About a minute remaining. Bears just shy of midfield as we bit on the run. And that one picked off Denzel Ward. Can he stay in? No, he can't. But our offense will head back out onto the field after, I believe, the fourth pick. I thought it was the fifth. But either way, Denzel Ward starting off the year super hot. Was a little lackadaisical for about a week or two, but really came on strong last week. Stopped a lot of receiving gains to his side of the field and getting another pick here today. And with no down safety to that right-hand side, let's send Dyson around the edge. Roquan Smith is on that side, but we greatly outspeed him. Although he took a pretty good angle here, Dyson will step out of bounds before he gets the first. And will they bite on the fake here right after we run the actual jet sweep? We'll see. Can't really say they did, but we do have Leach breaking open. Not a perfectly passed ball, but it does force the penalty, defensive pass interference on their star corner. Will give us a first down all the way down to the 5. And on first and goal, looks like we might have a bit of advantage in the middle. We do with the guards, not necessarily with our center, but that's where we're going. Dalvin Cook just needs to run over one. He kind of powers through number 4, that's Jackson, but not quite enough. And on second and goal, run to the left-hand side. See if we could squeak in or just follow all the way to the outside. Dalvin Cook in for another touchdown, a little over 500 yards for him on this season, and he's going to tack on another 6 points for our offense. And you could definitely feel the difference in the team right now compared to a couple weeks ago where they just had no stamina, no energy, no motivation really, but right now they're playing pretty well. We are still giving up plays, but they find ways to make up for it. And the Bears looking for some amount of points here before half. They do have 2 timeouts remaining, 24 seconds left on the clock, and they're just shy of midfield. They will now pass midfield with a completion here to number 12. Was not able to see the name. And that is actually still Robinson, still with the Bears at this point in this universe. Not really so in real life. We will bring the double A gap blitz here. Hunter quick off the edge, but they get the quick pass to Komet, who breaks yet another tackle. Kind of breaks the second, stumbles forward, and falls down inside the 30, I believe, as they call their second, maybe even third timeout. And indeed, it was their final timeout as they get down to the 22, so a little bit more down the field than I was thinking. But they will kick it, and it will go through the uprights, narrowing our lead a little bit, still 28-10. Have a nice, comfortable 18-point advantage as we get a little bit closer to halftime. And with 7 seconds remaining, let's see if we could take a shot here. I do just want to take a look while we can with Leach, and we only have the height advantage, but we do have quite a few advantages, and I apparently ran out of time. Maybe I should pay a little bit more attention to the play clock as we will change formation here, change play, try to see if we could draw down that safety, and it doesn't look like that's really going to be the case. Just throw this one out. We'll have one more play with 1 second left. And they do a much better job of choosing what play call to go with. I'm talking about the defense on this one with 2 high safeties. We'll just switch, go with the 4 verts. See if not Justin Fields, that's the other guy. Will be an interception though. 24 gets the pick. We get the tackle. I meant to say Justin Jefferson, but pass underthrown, and Aruwariye now with the Bears got the INT as we head into halftime with our comfortable 18-point advantage. Kind of just a throwaway pass really there before half, just to see if we could come up with anything. But we're definitely in the front here. More than double amount of rushing yards and just a little bit more passing yards. But just the feel of the game, definitely a bit more in our favor. But let's take a look around the league, see what is happening, if anything will pop up on the map. There we go. We did already see the score here. 28-21. Packers get the victory there, 6-3. Lions drop to 3-5. And honestly, it wasn't really a great game necessarily for either of their quarterbacks. Just very standard, really. And then a little bit south of there, we got the Las Vegas Raiders and Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans need to find someone to get back in this. 21-7, 30 seconds left before half. If they could score before half, it would definitely help them out come the second half. But we'll see. And by we'll see, probably won't. Take a look at another game here. The Cowboys up on the Washington football team, 20-14. Cowboys 7-1 to start the year. Football team trying to get closer to 500 at 3-5. And we will be receiving the second half kickoff here. And Nwangwu back to return. We'll just call the fair catch with being about halfway into the end zone. And our offense will take the field to start at the 25. And, you know, since Nwangwu didn't get the actual return, let's send him out there at running back. Sub out Dalvin Cook. Try to make a play. He'll maybe get about a yard or two. Nice stop there from Roquan Smith. But we will keep him out there. They're going to bring down both safeties. Please bring the pressure. Bring all the safeties. Getting Nwangwu to the outside. Roquan Smith again. We had blockers out front, but if you can't block one guy, why even be out there? And on 3rd and 14, going to a very trustworthy play here so far in the season for us, with there being a single high safety. Try to get Dyson out in front, and that pass not very accurate. Need to be about 3 to 4 yards in front of where it actually was, and we'll be punting to start the half. And the Bears offense will start their second half with pretty good field position, starting at the 41. Definitely going to need to see our defense make some stops here. Pretty good job there from Alex Brooks to get around the blocker and get a tackle. Still is going to get marked as a gain of 5, but could have been a lot worse if he wasn't able to get off the block in a semi-quick fashion. They'll go underneath Robinson. Spins off of one tackle. Brooks will bring him down, but should be a first down for the Bears. And on 1st and 5, they'll come out with a heavy set. 2 tight ends to the right, fullback and running back in the backfield. We're going to bring a little bit of blitz off the edge. However, they go with a run right down the middle, and that's going to be a gain of about 14, close to 15 yards for Montgomery. Definitely his biggest run of the day so far. And we are still waiting to see a play made from either Hatchett or from Harvey Keenan. So hopefully on a safety blitz they can make that happen. And Harvey Keenan in the backfield to help get the tackle for a loss. I don't know how they will mark that though. And on 2nd and 13, we're going to bring a bit of pressure with a double A-gap blitz here. Bring Henley down to the line to help try to cover Clement a little bit quicker. And they're going to force a quick scramble right into Hatchett. And that is exactly what we wanted to see because we have 2 really good edge rushers. If one gets the quick pressure off the snap, force the quarterback to roll out to the other side right into our other guy, that is exactly what we want to see. Danielle Hunter does a great job there. And then Hatchett cleans up the play with the scramble sack to that right-hand, or I guess for us right-hand side, but for them would have been left-hand side. And I promise I know my directions. It's just confusing when you're talking in terms of the offense and defense because both sides are obviously different. They are going to get the screen pass out here to Montgomery. Nice job from Kendricks. Took a pretty good angle there to get him tackled. Maybe around the line of scrimmage. I think it might have been a gain of 1. I want to say it was 3rd and 20. But all said and done, Bears only gain about 15-ish yards. Maybe it might have been even a little bit less than that on that drive, but a really strong punt puts us down at the 5. And with us backed up, we're going to try to rely a little bit on the run game here to help us get a little bit of space. Just see whatever works. Kelly will get forward for a gain of 3 on his first carry. And then try to follow that up by sending Thurston in motion to that right-hand side. Run a little bit of power run here. Try to follow behind some of our big hog maulers up front. Try to cut back, find a space. And he still stays on his feet. Great second effort there from Kelly. That was the primary reason that he got a contract extension last season was his second, third, sometimes even fourth efforts that would either carry him into the end zone or carry him past the first down like we saw here. And it's been a few games since we've seen him, so let's leave a like for him down below. Willie Johnson back on the field at slot, and he's going to get the jet sweep to the outside/inside. He's going to cut up, get past Johnson, and out around midfield. They're going to mark him at the 43. Solid first gain, being back, gain of 28 for Willie Johnson. And I think I said that he got around Johnson. It's Jackson, so slight mistake there on my part. I'm going to toss this one up. Leach one-on-one. Not able to hold on to it. Nice pass breakup there from their best corner. I'm sure, as you can all tell at this point of this series, I am not ashamed to go for a one-on-one and just see what happens. And unfortunately, on this play, really bad pass under pressure from Robinson. And with that inaccuracy, we'll bring up a 3rd and 6 as we spread them wide here. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Maybe go for Flanagan in the slot, but they do a really good job of covering him. Instead, we're going to get a scramble here from Robinson, who will get the first down and slide down at the 43. Just 2 rushes for him on the day, but 26 yards and a touchdown. But let's not forget, we do need 4 touchdowns for Jefferson if we want to see him move up to an X factor. A lot to ask, at least at this point. Try to go with a check down, but awful throw from Robinson. Just threw that directly to Roquan Smith. Going to be an interception. Bears are going to take over at the 43. We should have gone to the tight end on the other side, the other check down. But still, that pass should not have been placed anywhere near where it was. And the Bears will take over. I'm pretty sure I already said that, but their offense out on the field as they go out with a heavy set here. Going to drop back, find the nice spot. Number 9 gets the catch and the first down and a bit more, and he was the guy that just lit us up in the first match last year, but only 1 catch to this point today. And they'll stay out in a bit of a heavy set, but go to a shotgun. But we won't see him run a play. End of the 3rd quarter. For us, for either team, nothing happened really in the 3rd quarter. Just very defensive battle. No points scored as we head into the 4th, up 28-10. And I'm not sure what their passing yardage is at this point, but I believe they will be surpassing that 150, so Harvey Keenan shouldn't be getting the boost there. They're actually at 174, or at least that's how many passing yards Fields has. I don't know exactly where they calculate the sack yardage, whether that goes into the run game or the pass game. But either way, I'm definitely going to say that Kmet should get the player of the game for at least the Chicago Bears offense. He's just been almost unstoppable, breaking many first contacts, sometimes the 2nd and 3rd, as well as he gets the first down there. And now they come out with a bunch to that right-hand side. 1 lone receiver to the left. Going to bring down a little bit of press coverage, scrunch in our defensive line. And they're going to go to nice out route and maybe a late hit coming in there on Byron Jones. And while I think that contact was made there prior to the receiver stepping out of bounds, I get it. We'll take the penalty. 1st and goal for the Bears. Trying to get around the edge. Daniil Hunter kind of does, but he had to try to squeeze underneath the the running back, and he was not able to get there in time. Will be a first down, or not a first down, but a gain down to the 2 as they go with a run. We have several guys there. He makes a few of them miss, but that is a tackle from Harvey Keenan. But they do mark it as a gain of 1, so still looking for another tackle for loss, maybe even 2. Again, don't know how they marked that one from earlier. And Hilton not able to get the tackle in time. Montgomery finds his way into the end zone. Bears the first to score in the 2nd half. Narrow the lead, 28, would be 17 after a made PAT. And on first down for us, pretty good return, got us up to the 29. We're going to check to a run because I selected the wrong play from the get-go. We will go with a run, try to find the best running lane. Dalvin Cook scoots forward for close to a gain of a first down. I think they're actually going to mark it for us as a first down. And was going to go for that jet sweep, but they do have that safety down towards the line here. So let's go with a bit of play action, see if we could get Flanagan maybe a little bit deeper. Thought he was going to get a bit of a better cut, but he bodies out Jackson, breaks a tackle, and still going down to the 34. He said, Kmet who? As unfortunately for the Bears, B. Nichols a bit shaken up on the play. And with us a little bit closer to the end zone here, maybe go with the sluggo here to Jefferson, see if he could bring down the corner end safety, then get over the top. And I wouldn't say he does, but we do have another receiver that is overthrown. Willie Johnson was wide open in the end zone. Plays like that, we cannot be missing. Robinson completely errant on that play. That ball should have been thrown about 10 yards to the right of where it was, and that would have been an easy completion for a touchdown. Kelly, though, comes in and gets a really solid run. And already about halfway through the fourth quarter, under 3.5 minutes remain. We're going to go with a bit of a play-action rollout here, although they do a really good job of covering everybody, and Robinson clutched it instead of throwing it out of bounds like I told him to. Will be a sack for 10 yards lost, 2nd and 20. And with it being a 2nd and long, we're either going to make it 2nd or 3rd and even longer or get maybe something here. So we set up the screen pass to Nwangwu, and again, no blocking on the one and only guy to the outside. Kind of makes you think, what is the point of running screens if you're not going to block the guys on the outside? Solid question to ask. We have one-on-one, Jefferson in the end zone. Doesn't hold on to it. Ball pops out late. And with a little over 2 minutes remaining here, we're going to send the field goal unit out. Will be a long one here, a 52-yarder. This one is up, and that's looking true as it does go through the uprights. 31-17. And the Bears now have just over 2 minutes to try to nearly double or actually they would need to basically double their amount of points to get in the lead. A few less, but basically double as they do set up the screen, and they get at least a little bit of blocking to the outside, get a gain of 5. And that will take us into the 2-minute warning. Bears still have 3 timeouts, but they're needing a lot more than 3 timeouts. And with them having a bunch to this left-hand side here, let's try to bring a bit of a corner blitz, see if we could get around the edge and get Fields. No, instead, Kmet comes in to block and then go out on a route. Really good job from Kmet. He's definitely their most valuable player of the day, even though Fields pretty accurate, 20 of 23. It kind of seems like Fields definitely settled into this game pretty early on. Also has some scrambles as well for good chunks of yards, but they just didn't quite find all the points that they needed today. Big hit from Danielle Hunter, and then a quick tackle from Keenan. And we'll go to a hurry-up offense here, as we definitely got thrown into a poor animation. Kendrick's just going to try to run back and protect against something. That pass, not too badly placed, actually, because he gets the catch and immediately can get out of bounds to stop the clock, but they're going to call that not completion, or incompletion. I don't know about that, but I'm not going to challenge it, and it doesn't look like the booth is either, as the Bears are going to call 2 audibles before they snap the play here. 3rd and 6, looking for a right play call, and nice pass break up there from Byron Jones. They were looking for that second-year receiver. Can't remember his name, but they were looking for him deep and had him, but Byron Jones just came in about a step behind and was able to force an incompletion. This time, though, we had no guys covering 2 of their receivers, kind of low to the left. So on 1st and 10, 38-yard line, 1:22 left. They still have all of their timeouts, but they are looking for a miracle here as that one bounces off of their lineman, I believe, and then goes backwards. Montgomery falls on it, and then they blow it dead immediately after that. They will go for another deep pass here, but check down instead. Montgomery picked up, slammed down Kendricks as they call their first timeout. You know, I kind of have a feeling right now that Kendricks kind of hates Montgomery. The hits that he's put on him today have just been honestly fairly insulting to the man as they go to the outside. Denzel Ward, one-hand snag. Nice interception from Denzel Ward. He says, this game done. We don't need to drag this on him. I believe that was on Whitaker, I want to say is the name of that young receiver for the Bears. And with this being at the 7-yard line here, why not go with the play action? Because we like to live dangerously. Going to roll out here. We're going to have Flanagan, not Flanagan, it's actually Lucas. Comes across, actually showing a little bit of speed there, despite only having 73 speed. And they do still have 2 high safeties. Really was trying to draw them down to that 1 high safety, with it being inside the 2-minute warning, but we get this pass off, but again, a poor pass thrown from Robinson. And the Bears call the timeout after we get a huge catch. Again, Jefferson making plays today. And if you feel like I'm just force-feeding Jefferson at this point, trying to get him closer to the stats he needs, yes. Yes, I am. He still needs 4 touchdowns, and he only has, I believe, the 1 on the day. But get some yardage here, and that one almost picked off, and that's what I get for trying to force some passes. But will that stop me up by a solid margin with 30 seconds left? No. We're trying to see if we could get Justin Jefferson any bit more, as they're going to have only 1-on-1, and again, poor pass from Robinson. Jefferson had both of the guys beat. And let's go with the fake jet sweep. Willie Johnson in at slot. Maybe he could get all the way down the sideline. We will see what we could get here on this play. Good blocking is not one of those things. We're just going to need to scramble out here with Robinson, get forward, get out of bounds, and a bit of a late hit there on Mack. No penalty called, though. And why not go for one more play action, take a shot. We'll see what the safety over the top does. And awkward play. I always throw that too quick. I always seem to forget that it's a bit of a delayed kind of hitch go kind of thing. See if we can get the safety to come down. Jefferson with a solid break. Accurate pass will be another touchdown. Not again where I wanted that ball placed. I wanted it placed low so Jefferson could just slide in and get the catch. But still take the touchdown. Add a little bit of salt to the wound. Again, not a big fan of the Bears, so I will tack on a few extra points here as this game comes to an end. And this was a much-needed win for us in the division. Get us a victory over one of our division foes. We obviously lost against the Packers earlier this season, but a very strong first half and fourth quarter definitely helped us get the victory here today. A little bit of lax play in the third for both teams, but definitely came on strong when we needed to. We do give up well over the 150 passing yards, almost 250 for them. We had 224. Not very accurate play from Robinson, but running game came in strong for us on offense against a team that's supposed to be pretty good at stopping the run. Granted, a bit of that was the jet sweep, so we were able to spread them out a bit and kind of get some nice chunk plays down the middle as well. And I recorded the whole outro without unpausing the actual recording, so let's do it again. We did not end up getting any of the breakout player boost. Justin Jefferson didn't have the 4 touchdowns or 200 yards, and Keenan Harvey or Harvey Keenan did not get 2 of the stats that he needed, and we allowed almost 100 more yards than what we had to for him to get it that way. So no dev boost for any of our guys. We sim on over to the next week though, and it is a big game. Dallas Cowboys, 8-1 on the year. They have a 91 overall offense, 85 overall defense for a total of 88 overall altogether. We've grown a little bit ourselves throughout the year. 87 offense, 83 defense with an 85 overall. Definitely have to worry about Micah Parsons on their defense. I don't know if they still have Vander Esch or not. They do have a other linebacker, Schaefer, I want to say was his name, that we wanted to draft, but they stole him from us. Not really. We just didn't trade up for him. But so yeah, definitely have some good guys on defense, offense. I'm sure they still have Zeke. Probably still have CeeDee Lamb, maybe Cooper. I'm not sure. Tight ends always do well against us, so definitely a good challenge to come next episode. So make sure you're sticking around by hitting that subscription button, whether you're on the computer and just need to scroll down and click, or go out of full screen mode and then click, or if you're on your phone, just swipe up and click. Pretty simple. Also make sure you're ticking that bell notification to be notified of when these videos go live. We will definitely have videos posted every Monday and Thursday for this series. We might have an uptick on some other days. I'm not sure what days those would be. Maybe a Tuesday or a Wednesday, maybe Tuesday and Wednesday, not quite sure. Just because I want to make sure we finish out this series before Madden 23 gets released, or around the time that Madden 23 gets released. So again, keep an eye out for that. You can also follow me on Twitter. I always tweet out when these are posted. Plus, I'll be posting some polls relatively shortly that are going to allow you to have a little bit more interaction with what's going to come next on the channel in terms of what our traditional Madden franchise will be, as well as what state or states-only challenge rebuilds things that we're going to be doing, because I will definitely stick with that formula of having the 2 series. It's really fun. Kind of gives a little bit of break as well, at least for the way I record in between, so things kind of seem a little fresh, a little new as well, so don't get a little burnt out on the same thing over and over again, although I play Madden all the time, so don't ever really don't get burnt out. But I hope you guys are enjoying. If you do, please let me know by hitting a like button down below or tapping on the screen or swiping up. There's so many different ways to do it. Just hit that like button if you are enjoying. It definitely helps me know that you are enjoying, and it tells other people that you enjoy and that they might enjoy as well. So really appreciate it if you do. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.